Good morning, Master of the boat, and Master De, and welcome everyone back online. Let us please all stand and respectively welcome Master De. Let's all bow to Master De.
Bow to the Buddha.
Thank you. Welcome everyone back to our session and then today we have Master De with us at our live session. I'm sure everyone is very curious as to why we are standing outside. So today we are actually at our our main branch of the Jing Books and Cafe, and then I'm sure everyone online, many of you haven't been back to the boat before, so you're not very familiar with this play. Our main branch of the Jingsi Books and Cafe is actually located just right next to our Jingsi boat. It's actually a 5 minute walk from the boat. And then right now we're just standing at the main branch of the Jingsi Books and Cafe. So today we'd like to ask Master De to please kindly give us a short tour of the Jingsi Books Cafe and also its surroundings. Master De.
Yes, thank you, Natalia. Dear Master Abode, and Natalia, and our online family members, greetings. Yes, indeed, just like Natalia just said, this is the main branch of Jingsi Bookstore. And on the location side, you can see we have soap factories. Here is where we made our handmade soap, our cleansing product, and some of our daily necessities. And then we walk a little further. Next to the left would be our food factory, where we made our multi-grain powder and our instant rice, or some of the snack that was made by our organic rice, and also our full production line that was manufactured in our food factories. And in between, you can see there's some cars. So here will be our parking lot, and here will be also the place that we welcome our guests and our Dharma family and our visitors who come before they enter to the Jingsi boat. So first, we want to give everyone a warm welcoming. So welcome home.
Welcome everyone.
So follow us. Let's go inside the bookstore.
Okay. Welcome home, everyone. I really enjoyed the atmosphere at the Jingsi Books and Cafe. It is actually very smoothing. And inside here, you really find like deep peacefulness. Master De, can you explain to us why at the entrance we have so many books here?
So these are the books written by Dharma Master Jing, and the gray cover you see in here are the Sutra series.
Okay. What sutra is this? Why have you decided to display this sutra right at the entrance?
Because it's the wisdom of masters. Oh. And we also, this is the Immutable Sutra, the Immutable Meaning Sutra.
Okay, I think I was introduced to the sutra when I was at a very young age, and then actually through the sutra I was able to learn that all the basis of Tzu Chi Foundation actually comes from the sutra of innumerable meanings. And I'm actually very curious because isn't the text of the sutra is actually very short, but why is our sutra is actually two sets of books and so long?
About 5 times the size of the original one.
Yes.
Yeah, some of the very good question, because some of the guests or some of our brother and sister would ask the same question. I remember once the master says, the sutras are the path. The path is a road to walk on. Mm-hmm. And teaching the sutra is actually teaching the path. Mm-hmm. And teaching the path is actually showing people on how to walk the path. Right. So that was the very original form of the sutra. And these, written by Dharma Master Jing, not only contains the Buddhist story, but also contains the inspiring story of all the Tzu Chi volunteers, how they practice Buddhist teaching into their daily life. So if we don't walk this path, then there will be no way, and we have no experience to find the scenery, the beautiful scenery that along the path.
Yes, the sutra is actually very meaningful to myself, and one of my favorite verses in the sutra is that it taught me that one seed can to grow to millions of seed and also to the seed of infinite, and it's telling us that everyone can make a difference, and then we can all contribute and then inspire other people to join us. Master Day, would you like to show us a round of more books around the Jing
The bookstore?
Yes.
Sure. One of the most popular books would be Jing's aphorism. Have everyone heard about the Jing's aphorism? And here we have the Chinese edition. We also have some English edition, and they will also translate it into 14 different languages. And then here you can see we have the Jing's aphorism in value 1, 2, and 3. So all 3 volumes, and also the whole English edition written by Dharma Master Jing. You can also find them here. And we also have a pocket size of Jing's aphorism. You can see this is a Mandarin and this is English. So these are bilingual. If you want to learn the English, this is a very good book to get started. It's very convenient in size that you can carry it along with you, whether in your pocket or inside your purse, and so you can carry it along with you.
Yes.
Nice.
Thank you. Yes, and I think through these English translations, our overseas volunteers could actually understand more about Tzu Chi and also the words that Master wants to give us and let us understand more of Tzu Chi. Can you introduce to us what are these?
Oh, these are our ceramic collection. Actually, all the ceramic collection that you see in here were made by Master Dezi, who was the first disciple of Masters.
Yes, and we'll share about the story of these later on.
Okay. Every piece are very unique and has own meaning behind it.
And then you can see here is our Jing's Abode.
Master Dezi will always carve out the spirit of Jing's family tradition onto her piece. So every piece are the artwork and are very unique.
Yes, and I think here are all the food products that Master De mentioned to us that were all produced at the Shirley factory opposite us. Can you introduce us to some of these products?
Oh yes, like in here we have some bean noodles and also some rice noodle. These are very healthy and very delicious. With some water, it can become a soup, a noodle soup.
Yes.
And in here, we have a full line of instant rice. Our online family probably are very familiar with these instant rice, but probably not all the flavor, because each flavor are specially designed for different country. When we send out to the disaster area, we will try the flavor first before we send to the different country to make sure that the people overseas would like the taste.
Yes.
And see, in here we have tomato herb, we have seaweed, we have sweet corn, curry, garden vegetables, and Chinese kale. So all 6.
Yes, and I think each product has a story to tell, especially I think the one with the tomato flavor one, it's very westernized. And I think it was from Master Wisdom to design for the people at Serbia.
Serbia, yes. One of the country.
Yes. And here we have our
full line of multi-grain powder.
Yes. And
okay, and then here are some reusable utensils. I think they are very important to carry with you, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic. Everyone should have your own reusable chopstick, the reusable bowls and cups. Comes in handy. It's not only good for your health, but also better for the environment. Disposable utensils are not really good, are really harm to the environment.
Yes.
I'm sure Natalia also have like that yourself.
Yes, I use it every day for lunch. Yes. So thank you, Master Day, for this wonderful short tour. And I think we can welcome our family members back home to our Jing's Books and Cafe and also our Jing's Abode when the pandemic's end. Thank you, Master Day.
Thank you,
Master
Natalia.
Day, you can have a seat and we'll continue with our interview, our live session today.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay. Today we're actually very grateful to have Master Day with us. And I'm sure many of you like online right now, it's your first time to meet Master Day or it's your first time to see Master Day. So Master Day, is it possible for you to briefly introduce yourself to us and then to our families online?
Okay, thank you, Natalia. Thank you for having me. Dharma Master Jing gave me the Dharma name as the E. Actually, my life has been very simple and an ordinary person with an ordinary life. But what I really want to say is I'm very grateful that this is a way to open the door for us. It's a way of connecting with one another and providing us different chances for and different assets for those who can't really travel to Taiwan through the video conference. We really can benefit a lot. And I mean, how refreshing it is to see all of you joining in your own personal spaces and in different parts of the world. I mean, I'm really grateful that we have this opportunity to be together. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Through technology, we're able to connect like this even during this difficult time. Master Day, I've heard I've heard before that your connection with Tzu Chi has to do with your mother. Can you share about more about how you were introduced to Tzu Chi, and then what was your connection with Tzu Chi?
Okay. Yes, first I have to thank Sister Josephine, Yi Hui Shijie, who's a good friend of my mom. She's also a senior Tzu Chi volunteer. She's been very active in Tzu Chi, so she always invites my mom to different kinds of Tzu Chi activities. So the more my mom gets involved, the more effort she puts into and the more time she puts into. So around 29 years ago, my mom became a certified Tzu Chi commissioner.
Okay. Yes, even myself, I was introduced to Tzu Chi by my families and friends and also by my mother. And then I really enjoyed joining Tzu Chi because I think in Tzu Chi I was able to realize how lucky I am or how fortunate I am, because through Tzu Chi, through the volunteering work, I was able to see sufferings in my community because I was born, no, I was actually, I lived in South Africa before. And then it really helped me to realize the richness in life. So Master Day, I'm very curious as to why you have chosen the path of Tzu Chi, and then why you have chosen, what were the reasons that you have chosen to become a Buddhist nun or to practice Buddhism? It must be, it must be like you need to take so much courage to make this decision because there are so many desires that you have to leave behind.
That's true. But I have to thank my mom and my parents and all the people who supported me. Because when I was little, my mom became a Tzu Chi commissioner. So I get a chance to follow my parents to do some volunteering work during the weekend. I remember there's once my mom asked me, "Do you want to go with me?" And I didn't think, I didn't hesitate, and I just said yes, because I think it's. I'm kind of quite excited, and I feel like it sounds like a mission to me. So I go along with the volunteers, and I mean, when we arrive at the destination, One of the brothers ring the doorbell. I mean, how I get inspired. The brother ring the doorbell, but we wait outside for quite a long time. And there's an 84-year-old grandma who answered the door. And when I step in, the first thing I noticed is the smell was really, really unpleasant. And also I saw that she had to take care of her bedridden daughter. I just couldn't believe what kind of situation is this without other people on their side.
Yes,
the two of them have to take care of them, take care of each other. But I mean, very luckily and thankfully to all the city volunteers, they were our long-term care recipients.
Yes.
So they have a good interaction. So then the thing to do is to help the grandma to clean out her house, to hope that she can improve her living conditions. And the attentive care, the grandma was really easy to get along with. And they were very content and very thankful to see TG volunteers. So whenever they see TG volunteer come, they will always have that smile on their face. So I feel really relieved because of the volunteers. So they can improve the community. They can make their neighbor have a better living standard. So I'm very grateful. That would be the first time that I feel that I realized what people meant to see suffering of others in order to appreciate what you have and to see what you have.
Okay, so is this the reason that made you decide that you want to practice Buddhism?
That was one of the that, but and my life has been going very smooth, worry and comfortably, and I just think, is this the life I want for the rest of my life?
Yes.
I think this is one of the points that people will think out one point or the other, and sometimes it probably takes a lifetime for people to figure out. But for some people, it might probably just take come easily to get the answer. But for me, when I was little, I get a chance to see how my parents get involved, to volunteer, to see the care recipients, to see the people who suffer from the illness, to see people who suffer from disaster, as well as some going through the poverty. So I start to think with abundance of life and all material goods that I have, I should really just get rid of all the things and for the sake of the suffering in the world. Because I think I found that through giving can bring you the most happiness.
Okay, I see your reason now. I think it is because you're able to let go all of these external factors, and then you're able to have no worry, and you're able to care more for this world, and then also for the sufferings. So I'm also very, I've heard a story when you first came back to the Abode, and when you first decided that you want to take this path, and then you were sharing your thoughts to Master about this, and then at the visitors guest room of Dharma Master, when you shared this thought, Master told you, she told you that here at the Abode, we do not wear beautiful clothes every day. I think Master was actually referring to the qipao that all commissioners wear. It's actually a very, very beautiful dress. And I'm very curious as to what does Master mean by that, that you can't, when you come back to the Abode, to the Jing's Abode, you do not wear beautiful clothes every day.
Yes, indeed. Master was mentioned that before. The qipao was also a traditional Chinese robe. Because they have the early, in my opinion, I'm guessing why Master say this. I think it's because when Chichi Foundation was started,
Yes.
Master insists that all the charity funds should go to our charity mission.
Yes.
Not a single dollars to the foundation or to Abode. So we have to work every day.
Yes.
And so we have to do handcraft, and we have to do some multigrain. We have to make some multigrain powders. Anything that you can think of, we have to be doing 30 more kinds of handcraft to support ourselves, not just the living expenses, but also we have to take care of all the city volunteers when they come back to Abode. All the living expenses. We're all the volunteers.
Yes, like today, our brother Trader also shared that here at the Jing Abode, one of the most distinguishing features is that we do not have a donation box. Having a donation box is actually very common in monasteries, temples, or monastery where Buddhist practitioner practice, because I think they need to focus, if I'm not mistaken, it's because they need to focus on practicing and learning Buddhism and the sutra. But here, like Master Dei said, we don't here at the Abode, all the masters have to support themselves, and besides supporting themselves, you're also like a big support of all the Tzu volunteers around the world. And there's this saying that there's this rule that Master passed down to all the other masters at the Abode, that a day without work is a day without meal. So every master have to work every day. And then if I'm not mistaken, I think it is 22 kinds of works or handcraft that all the master has done through the 55 years. Is that right?
Actually, 21 handcraft before 19 made more than 30 some handcraft.
Yes, and I think
35.
These are some of the handcrafts we make. Can you share us about this? The candle.
The candle.
It is also one of the handcrafts that the master at the Jing Abode used to make.
Okay. Yes, indeed. Because we all have to work, and candle is one of the handcraft that we made earlier, and we still have this right now. So making this, and the special part about the Jing candle is because cultivation. Because the master couldn't see all the materials, so invention of the candle. Back from the early cultivation, when Master Lo and tried to melt and wax drip onto the table, so the wax was wasted, and it's really hard to clean the surface.
Yes,
because the wax would just stick onto the surface, and really hard to scrap it out.
Yes.
So Master started thinking, how can you make a candle that uses all of the wax and without any smoky odor?
Yes.
You can see our candle is the center of the candle is something very special.
Yes, it's
different
from other candles.
It's not a cotton rod.
Yes,
it won't just fall apart.
Yes. Yes, okay. When we're in teaching, we always say this is a never tearing candle. So it's like it doesn't, if it tears,
when the wax in the center.
Yes, the wax melts in the center, and it's reusable every time. And then earlier on, when we were when we were by the entrance of the Jingsi Books and Cafe, Master Dei shared to us, this is actually handcrafted by our first disciple of masters, Master De. Is there any stories you can share to us about the handcraft ceramic?
Yes, there's a very unique about this ceramic lantern. It's actually very light, just like a really airy, very light. But when you see outside, it's really sturdy.
Yes.
And you can also see there's a Jingsa bow that was carved out on the lantern. And also on the side, there's a sutra that was the essence of Chiji.
Yes.
And the essence of Jesus Dharma lineage.
Oh, this lantern reminds me that when I was teaching, they say that every youth could be a candle which lights up everyone's life. Every time when I see that, it reminds me of this. So through these stories, we're able to realize that actually our masters at the Jing's Abode have to work every day, and then your lives are very, very busy. And then I've heard before that actually Master De comes from a pretty well-off family, and then you've shared before that the only house chores that you have done before was washing your dishes. If I'm not mistaken, you said when you were younger, every time when you finish your meals, you have to wash your own bowls and your chopsticks, your meal sets. And then, but when you decided to come back to the boat, you have to do a lot of work. So can you sort of share to us, like, what is your day like at the Jing's Abode? And then what time do you wake up in the morning?
Oh, okay, we wake up 3:50 in the morning,
That's
and then we will attend the recitation. What I like about the recitations when we prostrate to the Buddha or to the Bodhisattva, it actually reflects our own nature. I really like the time when we do the prostrations, and because it's the only time that we have dialogue with ourselves. And after the recitation, would be Master's Dharma talk at 5:20. And after the Dharma talk, we will have a very simple, easy breakfast at 6 o'clock, and then followed by the Dharma assembly, the volunteer assembly at 7 o'clock through 8:30. But most of us go to work between 7 to 8 o'clock. Just depend on the work that we're doing.
So can you share to us what kind of work are you responsible to do here at the Jing's Abode?
Right now, or you mean right now or
Yes,
from the very beginning? Oh, right now I'm in the Jing's Humanities Culture. I'm in the planning department.
Okay. And then in the future, what kind of other works have you done before?
Before this department, I was in the sales department. Still in Jing's Humanities Culture, but in sales department for almost 2 years. And before that, I was with Master De Dun Shifu, and receiving a lot of guests from all walks of life before they see Master.
Okay. Yes. And then you said, so now you're responsible of the Jing's, is it the Jing's?
I'm in a planning department.
A planning department. And then here at the Jing's, like you said, a lot of products are produced at the Shelly factory. And like it's yes.
Okay, this one. Okay.
Yes. There's a story to this about this natural extract.
Oh, the natural extract. This is the green tea. Oh, this is from the tea tree, the Australia tea tree. Oh, this one, there's a very special story. It goes back in 2005 because I'm not sure if everyone have heard about the Long typhoon. After the typhoon, Master just came out from the lecture hall and walk around the abode, and she found that there's fallen tree on the ground all over the places, and Master couldn't bear to see all the tree just goes to waste, and just said, if someone can turn that into something that can be useful, something that can be used, then that would be great. And I'm very grateful that Master De Jian was on the side, and who's in charge of our soap factory. So when she heard about this, she just started to find a way to use all of the leaf that was fallen on the ground, and then the Master De Jian will turn the fallen leaf into this hydrate soap.
Yes. So from these stories, we can tell that Master really wants us to cherish, to care for Mother Nature from the story of the candle and from this natural extract. And then here at the Abode, we also produce our own like hydrosol. I think it's from the rose, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh,
this one. Yes.
This is called the Intensive Hydrating Lotion. And this is come from this this flower is very special. This is called the rose rugosa. And the smell is really charming. I would say charming, very special. Their story about this is just since I was in the planning department, so I get a chance to take some pictures or do some filming while I can, because I have to do the advertisement, and also have to, even though I was studying marketing, but luckily I also learned some graphic design when I was in college. So after I came back, I just tried to make some advertisement as well as make some short video clips. And when I go, I got a lot of chance to go down to the field to take a picture of the flower or catch some picture of how master working in the field. And if I have time, I will also join them to experience some time myself. Yes. And I remember that when I go down to the field, master were picking the flower, this rose. Before. Yes. Oh, very good. And I think there's a very tricky part when you pick the flower. You have to put your thumb in the stamen and just twist a little bit, and then the flower just come in whole piece. But if you place your thumb in different position, when you twist it, all the petal will just fall apart. The flower will just go wasted. You have to be,
when I'm taking these flowers, because I have been there before, you have to be very mindful and soft to the flowers, because if you're too hard, then the petals just goes apart, and I think you can't use those anymore. No. Yes.
So just all go to wasted.
So I'm actually curious, how many roses are inside this bottle of lotion?
Yeah. Anyone want to guess? Next time we can have a QR code. I can design a QR code online that everyone can just type online to give some answer. How many roses do you think will fit into this tiny bottles? 150 ml. 150. I mean the size yes. of the bottle is 150 ml. But how many roses are inside this tiny bottle? It's actually 750 roses.
Oh.
It's not just the roses, it's all the labor of love, all the people that all the story that behind this product. So it's actually just a lotion that can moisturize your skin, but there's actually a lot of moving story behind it. Yes. From the time when we plant the seed of the rose, and how master nurture them every day, and how people gather together, because this flower is really amazing. When master planted the rose, they didn't think it will bloom every day. After they plant it, they just found out they need a lot of people to take care of the roses. There's a rose field. When you come to Abode, you'll see there's a whole field. The half of the herbal garden is filled with these roses.
Yes. So it's just a small bottle, but it has love from so many people. And then it's like what we said in the beginning, it's like from one seed to infinite. So from your sharings, we're able to also to realize that life at the Jing Abode is actually very, very simple, because here, like, we need to conserve. So can you share us any stories on like how you conserve the materials, and then how you cherish all the resources you have and like conserve it?
Okay, I think I will start with master, because all the teaching was started with master. Master really set herself as an example for us to follow. So master will, like, if we state about the conserving water, because we know that the population has become double. Yes. in the last half century. And our demand for water has tripled. And the number is increasing in all sectors. So the conserving not just the water or any kind of resources becomes even more important. So it's always good to share some tips on how to save water or save resources. Like Master, she will use her the water that she washed her face, and then she will wash her hand throughout the day. And for the shower water, Master will collect the shower water and to flush the toilet throughout the day. So these are the very beginning. And in Abode, we also collect rainwater. The rainwater will be collected in the reservoir underneath the basement of the kitchen building. If everyone come back to Abode, you will get a chance to learn about where is the kitchen building. And beneath the building, underneath the building, will be a reservoir. And we will use that water to water the plant and to mop the floor or to clean the surrounding area. And as well as, and our recycling station, I saw Master Jing, who's in charge of the recycling station. She also collect the rainwater to wash the reusable plastic bags and bottles, or even clean the floor. So our even the recycling station is piled up with a lot of things, but it's very clean and without any odor.
And then there's also one story that really, really inspired me. There's, I think Master Day can also share to everyone, is how Master uses her paper. Oh, we actually have a picture for everyone to have a look.
Oh yes,
it really inspired me, the story. Yes.
I'm always so moved by how Master taught us. Master said we have to cherish every piece of paper, every drop of water, because you cherish about it, you care about it, so you will pay attention when you use it. And Master will not just, most of us probably use the paper just once and just toss it away, but not for Master. She won't just use it and just toss it away. She will reuse it and rewrite it. For the first time, you can see Master write it with a pencil, very light in color. And then second time, Master used the blue ink to write over it. And the third time, Master will use the red ink to write over that blue ink. And at the fourth time, the very last, Master will use the brush, the hand brush, to write on the paper. So see, only just one paper, but Master can use 4 times to really extend the life of the paper, really cherish the resource that we have.
Yes, from the story, like I personally learned that a lifespan of an object really depends on how we use it. And I also heard from Master De, because I've seen you when you're washing the dishes at the boat, all the masters at the Jing boat wear this plastic apron, right? And not a normal apron that we see at home, which is made out of fabric. Can you share to us this apron?
Oh yeah, this is just a plastic bag. Actually, if I just
where does this
laid it out flat
come from?
Oh, from our food factory.
Oh,
we store
the material that made the multigrain powder that comes in a large bag. So yes, just like Natalia said, every master in the Abode, we made this ourselves. So I made this myself, and because they're all very similar, very identical, so I have to put my name on it. So it's a sticker of my name, and it's very convenient. See, there's a string as well, and it's just like a real apron, but just plastic. So it's water resistant and very comes in handy. Yeah, yes. So
how long have you used this for?
A couple months already, maybe half year.
You can use this for 100 years, because they say that plastic takes 100 years to.
I want dispose to the underneath the ground.
Thank you.
Hey, you're welcome.
I'm
have
also
to
very curious because through the sharings, we are able to see that the lives of all the master at the Jing Abode are your life is very busy and there are many works to do. Just wanting to ask, I'm very curious because like I work at the Jing Abode and then I know like after 5:30, I have my own time. It's where the clock ticks off. I wanting to know, do you have any time to yourself or where you can rest?
In Abode, if everyone who listens about the master or our lay practitioner will know that we have no downtime, we have no free time, and the only time that we have is just with everyone, with a group of people. We're doing some discussion, maybe that everyone study together and discuss about the Lively Sutra written by Dharma Master Jing, or sometimes I have to do my work because probably I was busy in the morning and I don't have much time to finish my work. I will carry it at night. I will carry it over with me and bring it to my dorm and finish it.
Yes, every master here at the Jing Abode are very diligent, and it's like I think it's something that we should all learn from because you learn to cherish every minute and every second you have, not to just enrich, help others and give for others, also enriching yourself. So I wanted to ask Master Dei, when you first joined at the Jing Abode, were there any difficulties that you experienced or any challenges?
Challenges. Not much of a challenges that I have encountered, but probably when I was down sometime, I will think of Master, how Master, despite receiving all the award, but she put all the credit to all the Chichi volunteers. So it makes me learn that we should be humble as the rice stalk. The lower the rice you are, the lower it hangs. And so I always think of Master when I was not, probably I would just get through very fast. I don't really encounter any problem. Oh, I remember when I just came back to the boat, one of the lay practitioner shared with me, she has a sleeping problem. And actually a lot of volunteers or some of the master also have the problem. When they came back, they couldn't sleep very well because we're in a co-living space. Everyone sleep together, especially for the first half year. We have to live with a volunteer in a dorm, about 30 or 40 people in one bedroom. So you get a lot of noise, walking, sleeping, snoring, sound.
So was able to you need to focus a lot because you need to how can I say this, you need to forget about your surrounding and focus on this time so you're able to concentrate and fall asleep.
I personally don't have any problem of sleeping, and some of them share with me it took them 2 years at least to overcome the difficulties, to get used to life in here. But because I think the life has just been busy, I don't really have time to think about or to take a rest. So when the time clicking and when it's 9:40, I just fall asleep.
I wanted to ask, what is your most memorable work experience here at the Jing Abode? I heard from an interview before, it's the working at the field.
Oh, at the field.
Yes.
Okay, yes. What stands out in my memory the most would be pulling out the weeds. This is one of the work that all the masters have to do from now and then. I remember it was that day we were under a blazing sun and we were in the Jinsu garden. Everyone just squat down without chair to sit. Time just goes by, but just like forever. I feel like I was there forever. And only goes by for 30 minutes. And I just feel my legs were so sore. I couldn't feel myself. I think I just couldn't hold myself. I don't know if I can, is there any way that I can possibly continue to do it? So I look around and see all the masters. Just can't believe how mindful all the masters are. They just keep doing what they're doing and without nonstop, without any word. So from that very moment, actually that moment really touched me. See, I think it was that willingness that all the masters are willing to follow master, willing to take Jing's Abode as their cultivation ground. So I remember once master said to us, whatever hardship we endure, we have to overcome it. We can't go back to our own, we can't go back to our late family to ask for money. Yes. And if we have will, then we can have 3 meals a day. If we can't, then just 1 meal. No matter what, we have to learn to endure the hardship. We have to endure the hardship that other people can endure. So that these words of master just pop up in my mind. I think this is how these masters were really willing to do. So that's why without any second thought, they just so concentrate on what you're doing. So there's a voice in my heart just telling me that I must master myself. I must master myself. So I tell myself that if master can do it, then I can do it. Without thinking of my own self, thinking about the whole family. This is a big family. This is the path I have chosen. And this is a place I want to spend the rest of my life. So time just go by very fast, an hour and 15 minutes. And then master say, okay, it's about time. We can take a break. So an hour and 15 minutes just passed by. So I think if you affirm on your determination, no matter how difficult, how hard it is, you can overcome it.
I think it's the willingness, like Master Dei said, the willingness of the master at the Jing Abode, like they are there to give. That's why, because I've also experienced, I was also at the fields helping before, and actually the master would give us a small little chair to sit on, but every time master, they don't use it, and they're always like faster than me while picking the vegetables. Every time when I'm there, and I'm always like sighing, why am I so slow? I think it's through practice, and through practice we are able. The more we practice, the more we're capable of doing this. So you also said, I think all the master here at the Jing Abode inspired you and then gives you determination. Is there any other determinations that actually makes you so determined to stay on this path?
Determination.
So what makes you so determined to be here?
I think it would be the gratefulness. Master said we have to be grateful for everyone, for everyone we have encountered, even the people receiving our help. I think it was that gratefulness. And when you wake up in the morning that you're still alive, you have to be grateful that you still can breathe. And there's a lot of things that are waiting for you to finish, to be grateful for everything that you have.
And I think what inspires myself to be so determined here, it's because of Master, because it's also her determination and also her vow of relieving the poor and also the suffering in this world. Is there, because we're sort of, we only have like 5 minutes. Yes. So is there any like last words or encouragement like Master De you would like to give to all our volunteers overseas, like online right now?
I think being online this for almost 40 hours. I mean, I really appreciate that we spend the time together, that everyone are willing to take your time and to share with each other, because we're all into G. And I'm very grateful that whenever I have a chance to speak or to share with our family members, because all of you, every one of you, are serves a very important role in Tzu Chi, because all the activity have to be united with everyone's help. And through everyone's help, we can finish a lot of different works. And so when Tzu Chi was expanded into more country, and as we are more internationally, the role of every one of you will become even more important and be more vital in the Tzu Chi. So I want to say, be diligent and never retreat on the Bodhisattva path. So together, you, me, and everyone, that we can make this world a better place to live. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Master Dei, for your sharings of the life at the Jing's Abode, and then also the spirits here at the Jing's Abode, and then also giving us encouragement. And I think through your sharing, our volunteers will all be more diligent and will be more determined at this path of Tzu Chi. So thank you so much, Master Dei. Can everyone please stand up? Let us thank Master Dei. Thank you, Master Dei. Bow. Thank you, Master Dei. Thank you. 是很灵配，不好意思，该 OK， 所以我做，哎，我做的吗？ Okay, thank you everyone online. Through today's sharings from our three special guests, I think we were able to learn more. And then thank you so much for joining us online today. To those who are on Zoom right now, please don't go off yet. But today we actually have some family members who are joining us online through YouTube, and then it's actually time for us to say goodbye to our friends and family at YouTube. So let us say goodbye to them, and then we hope to see you soon. Let us wave at the volunteers on YouTube. But for those who are on Zoom, please don't go off yet. Bye.